Hi Gemini, this is your horoscope for January 2019. Thank you for joining me. Now on the 1st of January, Mars, the male principle of drive and desire and what you want, goes into Aries in your 11th house. Also sitting in your 11th house of hopes and dreams, social connections, networking, are your rising sign in Aries, the transiting rising sign, and Uranus in Aries. So there's going to be a big focus for you on your relationships, what you want to achieve with your relationships, how you want to progress, and really what the ultimate goal is. So you'll start to realize, hey, actually, I've been happy being alone for the first 35 years of my life. But now I'm starting to think that I could use more friends. I could settle down in a relationship. I could be with someone else. It'll change your perspective on how you think about relationships. On the 5th of January, we have a partial solar eclipse and new moon in Capricorn. So check out the yearly videos for your sign because I go into a lot of details about the eclipses there, because eclipses last for 6 months, and I talk about all of the eclipses that happened in 2019. It's quite a eclipse rich year. This first one you have in your 8th house of institutions, the self in connection to other people, institutions, corporations, governments, educational facilities, the other side. And you've got Pluto there, the sign or the planet that rules the 8th house, so bonus. And then you've got the Sun, you're transiting midheaven, Saturn, structure, your moon and your Mercury in there. So you're really going to pull a lot of Capricorn energy in. It is an eclipse, so this is going to last for 6 months, and you will be able to work your way up in an institution you belong to. So if you're someone who's employed, if you don't get promoted in the first 6 months of 2019, Gemini, you know you're in the wrong job, because everything is pointing towards you thriving and transforming your situation in your relationship to the institutions you belong to. So if there's no positive change, even in January, I would say, even during the 5th of January, if you don't see like a light at the end of the tunnel, or the next position is this, or the raise, or whatever it is, contemplate what you're doing with work, whether you ought to be working for someone else or yourself, or what is it that you really want to transform. On the same day, on the 5th of January, Mercury, the communication planet, leaves Sag in your 7th, Sagittarius, and it moves into Capricorn in your 8th. So the communication planet really allows you to think about work. Strongest element on this day is Earth, so it's really being practical and saying, okay, I want to change my relationships, I want to change my relationships in my working life, I want to really thrive and succeed. How can I do that? And you'll start to get practical guidance, and that's the area where you're luckiest here in January and where you can achieve the most. On the 7th of January, Venus, the planet of love and beauty, moves into Sagittarius in your 7th house of relationships, and it joins the lucky planet Jupiter, which is also in your 7th house of relationships. So your romantic relationships, your working relationships are all supported by the planet of love, and they're supported by the planet of good luck and good fortune. So ask your boss for a raise. Ask your boyfriend to move in. Ask people to commit and to cement things that you want. So loads more security coming into your life. Depends on what you want out of this. If you feel stifled and stuck by working for other people or being in a relationship, you'll really be clear about that, and you're like, actually, do you know what, I want to be self-employed and I want to be single. If you're in a relationship and you're working for other people, and it's like, this is how I want the relationship to progress, this is how I want work to progress, So you're really lucky, Gemini, and you can focus on two things at once. You are the one sign of the zodiac that really can multitask. A lot of people think they can, but they can't. You can. So focus on making your relationships better and your working relationships better, and check out the yearly video, because the first half supports you in these two areas, but the second half of the year is really different. Now, on the 13th of January, Jupiter, the lucky planet, starts to square Neptune, the water planet of dreams and intuition, in your 10th house, and it's the first of 3 squares that happen in 2019. So the first one we've got here is in January. Jupiter is your lucky planet. Neptune's in your 10th house of career. So you'll really be able to see the future intuitively about what you want it to happen in your career, in your relationships that are work related, and where you want to be. Do I want to be on track A, track B, or track C? You're going to get really, really focused on that, and you're going to be able to realize your hopes and dreams when it comes to career and where you want to end up. So that's a real bonus for you on the 13th. That lasts until the 21st of January, when the total lunar eclipse happens, which is also a supermoon and a full moon in Leo. So this is going to be quite a spectacle, because the moon is going to be much bigger than it usually is. It's in the fiery sign of Leo. The Aquarius sun kind of illuminates it, and it happens in your 3rd house of communication. Plus, again, it's an eclipse, so it's interrupted, lasts for 6 months. And the full moon being in your 3rd house of communication really allows you to speak up. So until the 21st of January, you know, you're looking at what do I want in relationships, how do I want this to change? And you really you're really not shy about speaking up about those things from the 21st onwards. Especially the 21st, it's like, I don't want to be in a relationship with you anymore. I want to be single. I never ever loved you. For example. Okay? So it's intense. On the 22nd of January, we have got Venus, the planet of love and beauty, conjuncting Jupiter, the good luck planet, in your 7th house of relationships. So Leo is still in your 3rd house of communication, but it's at 20 degrees. 1 and 2 is a relationship in Leo. So it's really unlikely that you're going to say that. It's much more likely that it's, I love you and I'm certain of that now and I want you to move in with me. Or, I really love this job, Mr. Boss Man, and I really have committed to this job, and I work 3 hours overtime every day, free of charge, and I really think you need to give me a promotion, because you can see how much I adore this, and I would like to cement things and make them better. So the luckiest day for you to change your working relationships and your romantic relationships is on the 22nd of January. On the 24th, Mercury, the communication planet, moves out of Capricorn and into Aquarius in your 9th. So your 9th house is expansion and broadening your horizons and education and looking at the higher realms. Mercury sits there with your progressed midheaven, which is work, and your sun, your identity, all in Aquarius. So from the 24th until the end of the month, you're thinking, how can I learn new things so that I can help other people? So that says to me that you do get something solidified. Because why would you be thinking about helping other people if you've just got slapped across the face and said, no, you're not getting a promotion, or no, I'm not moving in with you, bite me? I don't think that's going to happen. I think the opposite is going to happen. And that's why from the 24th you really become magnanimous and you're like, I'm so happy, I want to share some of that happiness with other people. So it looks like a fabulous month. Strongest element here for the rest of January is air. That's your sign, you being Gemini. So enjoy the last week of January, particularly because it's really light and you have a lot of love to give and share. So that's what I get for you for January. I hope you have a fabulous month. If you'd like a private reading with me, please get in touch via my website. It's gregoryscott.com. click on the readings tab to order your reading. If you like these videos, please remember to subscribe, and I'll speak to you next month.